recording. All right, now we're back.
Okay.
You're listening to the Arizona Real Talk Podcast with Sean, Shane, and Rachel. It's the podcast to learn more about Arizona, real estate, business, or anything else we can fit in 60 minutes or less.
Awesome.
So sit back, relax, and let's get real with the Arizona Real Talk Podcast.
No.
Oh.
So,
Dang. Just dropping in on that.
That is the new intro.
Dang.
Wow.
It's like I'm on 104.7 right now.
know.
Where's John J. Rich?
Jeez.
Woo! That's actually quite funny you say that because that is the man.
Was that Joey Bradfish?
That was Joey.
That was
Bradfish.
he's the one who mixes for them.
That was Joey Bradfish.
Nailed that, huh?
Nailed it, right?
I just felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Man. Well, hey everybody, this is Arizona Real Talk Podcast. You got Sean, Shane, and Rachel with a special guest today. We are
The one
talking
and only.
to Jeremy.
Jeremy Fuhst.
I was gonna say Fuhst.
Just call me Jeremy.
They were gonna
Nobody knows.
F it up.
Yeah, no one gets it right. It's okay.
Fuhst.
Yeah.
I know
Fuhst.
it. I know it.
Dang.
Fuhst.
It's
Fuhst.
Jeremy Fuhst,
Fuhst.
who is a
Fuhst.
good friend, realtor friend, and we wanted to bring
One
him
of
on.
our favorite people ever.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Cool.
So we are talking about
Getting into the business.
of
Yes.
real
The
estate.
business.
Yes.
With a D.
So,
Like the real estate business, right? That's
Yes.
super easy where you're just hanging on the couch. You
Yeah,
just
and
go
you're
walk
just making
home.
Yeah.
tons of money.
Yeah. I love this
the
business.
easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
into this business because we wanted to hang out, work when we wanted to work.
Yeah, work 5
Make-
hours a week
make
and
so much money.
$1 million a year.
Yeah.
Is that really the case? But that's what we're gonna get into today.
Totally.
But first,
I can't wait.
does anybody have any like real estate skinny? Like we like to do, like
Real estate skinny.
like real estate celebrity real estate news. I actually had something the other day and I totally forgot where I was at.
No, but I've been very interested in that mansion that Jeffrey Epstein had in New York. It was 7 stories.
The guy who didn't kill himself.
$53 million or something.
The whole
like that.
Netflix thing going crazy.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Have you guys watched that?
Yeah, we
finished
finished
it.
it last night, and I'm
Did you
haven't said it
actually
yet.
just see that Anonymous leaked some stuff about Epstein?
No.
No, it's a different topic.
Okay.
It's a different topic.
that's a whole nother podcast.
But was it good? Should I watch it? Should I
Yeah.
check
You
it out?
should, you
Yeah,
should
it's
definitely check it
perfect.
out. It makes you question some things.
Oh.
It's screwed up.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
terrible.
It's really weird.
Oh,
It's
not a good one.
well,
not
no,
a good-
it's
not a
good.
good
No, it's
crazy,
like
I
a
mean, not a
pyramid
good crazy.
scheme of him.
It's like a
molesting
documentary.
people.
Oh, it's like. Never mind.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's just weird because he had like a private island, a couple different houses that he like. This was his whole thing.
You know
That is
what?
not the podcast.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I was just talking
right.
about his house.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll keep
right.
it
I
there.
get sidetracked all the time. Okay.
Yeah,
it's all good.
So sorry.
He owned
All
an
right,
island,
let's
too.
go.
We got to keep
I
it a
want.
buck.
I want my own island.
So I do have like some points, but
Nice.
I kind of just want to go off the cusp and just be like, I mean, we on a regular, get one or two friends to that, like, man, maybe I should. They kind of hear, maybe they hear your success or maybe they hear your success, John. I mean, like, cause you're in the business too, and they're like, man, maybe we can do that. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should get my real estate license. And I always preface, I'm like, hey, listen. Absolutely do it. Go for it. If it's something that you've always wanted to do, like own your own business and like strive to get to that next level, or maybe it's just something that you've wanted to do is start a business, that's a great avenue to go. But I always preface, I'm like, but it's not easy.
You're so much nicer than me.
I'm like,
I say don't do it.
well, because I don't
Whoa.
like,
That's exactly
I'm
what I
sorry.
said.
You think it looks like rainbows. I want to tell them stories about horror and be like, we work all night long.
Yeah.
All the time.
well, see,
Still need to respond to that crappy email that Sean and I both got.
And I already replied.
Okay. We'll talk after
So
this.
just Rachel needs to
So
respond.
just Rachel needs to reply.
well, I mean, when I say that, like, what did I say?
You say,
Something about Jeffrey Epstein didn't come.
You say definitely do it. If you
No,
want
I-
to own a business,
Oh,
do
I
it.
say,
but it's not easy.
It's not easy because I don't want to like scare them off, but
Right.
I also don't want to like crush their dreams. I'm honest. I'm like, it takes a lot of fucking get go.
Right. I think the biggest thing with real estate, whether it's being a realtor or a lender, is it's a great way to start your own business where there's already structure and there's already a path.
And it's cheap.
And it's cheap.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you're going to go start your own business that's outside of real estate, like you're going to go open up your own shop and go do your own thing, that's going to cost a lot more. There's a lot more uncertainty because, you're paving your own way. I feel like real estate, there's, while you want to be unique and be your own thing, there's a pretty proven, if you want to spend 80 hours a week, you're gonna end up getting some results out of it.
It's
Like,
a trick. It's a trick, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
easy to start up. I can run my
Right.
own business. I can do all this crap. I can make tons of money.
Then
Yeah.
you get
and
into it
then
and
you
you're
get
like,
into
wait,
it.
you're like, now
Where's
I'm
the
trading.
business?
You
It's like
hang your
lit-
license and you go,
literally crickets.
fuck, now what do
Yeah,
I do?
exactly.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, whew.
That's where it gets you. Like, because one of these articles that I was reading was like, there's like six misconceptions of starting a real estate business or career. And
Did you say real estate beard?
beard?
First, did you
I was
say-
gonna go beard. No, but it takes longer than you would expect. I mean, because it can go from like Rachel and I, we did the 10-day crash course
9 day.
or 9-day,
9
10-hour,
day.
No big deal.
9-day crash course,
10.
and then
What is that? Is that like 12 hours a day? How do you do it in 9 days?
10 hours a day.
was-
9 days.
Awful.
It's just so it's a course for 9 days, but you still study and take the test after the 9 days.
yeah.
Well, you're studying as you take the course. Like you're
and then
right,
when you're
but
done,
it-
essentially you should take the school test,
Oh.
and then once you pass that, then you go to state.
So you got licensed
So
in
to
like
get your license,
2 weeks.
you need to pass a
Yeah.
test. To take the test, you have to do 80 hours of schooling. So
90.
the crash, 90.
it's 90.
90.
wow.
So the crash course is just 10 hours a day, and then you can test whenever.
Exactly.
Right? You have a year to
Right,
test.
but do people test right away? I feel like they
Well,
take
yeah.
a few days
I
to study.
fucking
I actually
Oh,
tried
maybe
and it
not.
didn't work.
I did.
The last
How many
day-
times did it take you guys?
The state test or the school test?
Like both.
The school test, I think 5. And
the
state
school took
test,
him
1.
a long time, and it didn't take me a long. But state took me a long time, and Shane passed the first time.
Wait,
Dang,
why don't
guys.
we? Should we like talk about like what the process is? Like,
Getting
we can
into
dive
because I
it.
feel like we're talking about it like it's no big deal, but I think people
Well, and it's
have
even
like,
changed in the last couple of years because now you can go to real estate school online.
right.
Yeah,
But
it's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying
of
is,
people are
is a
doing
lot
that.
of people think, oh, get my real estate license and just go pass a test, and I don't think they realize that it's not only that, but you have to take the class, your hours, your tests. You got to then pick a whatever it's called.
Brokerage.
No, like AZ, like you got to be a part of an MLS, or whatever
MLS.
it is.
Oh, yeah,
like there's
yeah.
a bunch of different things, and like fees start adding up, and
Well, that's
I don't
that's
know if
actually
I'm educated enough to talk about that.
that's actually what I was
Like,
going
I
to get
just
to.
did it and-
I was going to say, like, it is easy to take the test and pass the test. The next step is I think the test is anywhere from like $300 or $400, and then after that,
how many questions is your guys' test?
150.
I remember I paid like
180?
75.
Is that 90 and
I think you're right.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
You're in there for a couple hours.
oh,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh, the state test? It's so intimidating.
Well, so,
they have
so
like
did you
cameras
guys have
on you
two
and everything.
tests?
yeah,
Yeah, state and national.
Okay, see, we had one, but it was
no,
combined.
school and state.
The state is state.
But-
So
yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
yeah,
confusing.
honestly, the guidelines for us are
Yeah.
so confusing. But we go in for like a single test,
No, yeah, it's not.
but it's combined. Like there's a
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You're in there in front of the computer for the whole time.
Oh, yeah,
and you do
cameras
state,
everywhere.
National.
Yeah.
If you pass one, then you're good. So like I kept failing one of them by like one question, so I'd go back and take just that test.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, we can
Which
do
has
that.
changed now. You gotta
Really?
take them both at the same time now.
Well, I
So if
did
you
take them
fail-
both. Then you had to take them both again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it is for
Which
us.
sucks.
If you fail, you take them both.
Yeah.
And then once you do pass the test, then you want to go find a brokerage. Once you find a brokerage, you have to sign up for. You have to get a super key to open lock boxes. You have to join the board, which is now We Serve here that we're a part of, and then the MLS.
Yeah.
So what's total cost? What's total cost look like
It can be anywhere. Like
for you guys?
Like $2,000?
I'd say $2,000.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say like,
This is not as bad as I thought.
I got some.
And that's for 2 years.
rough
that's what
costs
some
here.
recruiters I know usually touted.
Yeah.
$2,000.
$2,000.
And that's for 2 years, right? Because you just have to renew every 2.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
every 2 years you also have to do 24 hours of continuing education.
See, ours is a little bit split up. We renew every year, and then depending on what states you're licensed, you got to do like extra testing and stuff like that. But we renew every year, but I think it's about half the price of you guys and half the amount of hours we do. So it's just like
I mean, you only control
much
like
the same.
$300,000 at a time. So
Yeah,
I get
no,
it. Yeah,
it's,
I
you know.
totally get it. I
yeah, it's
don't
just a couple $100,000, you know.
know. Yeah. Oh, you want $500,000? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go to
all right,
school
yeah,
for
cool.
12 hours. I'll give it to you. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's the schooling aspect of things. That's the easiest part, I think, the whole thing. I think choosing your brokerage. Not all brokerages are treated equal. Like you can, I
Not
mean,
at all. We just went
Oh
through a
my
gnarly,
gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna
gnarly,
say, you guys just went through
brokerage,
some,
selection.
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, but tons of people want to get their license, right? I just had a client. This is kind of a funny story, so don't judge me, anybody who listens to this. I was at an inspection, husband and wife. The wife said, "Hey, I told Joey, who is the husband, you should get your real estate license." And I was like, "Bro, like, I don't recommend it." And the wife said, "But I told Joey he cannot flirt with the cross agents to get deals done like Jeremy does."
It's like, damn it,
Serious.
under
What?
the buzz.
And I said, hey, at least I get deals done, right? You gotta have the edge all the time.
See how you get through it.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. I'll do whatever it takes.
That's funny. I would say that a lot of past clients end up saying, I want to get a license.
Someone's
Oh,
like,
I thought Rachel said, that's funny. They say the same thing about me.
I have a little more
Shane's like,
class.
we're done.
this is over.
We're out.
Yeah, right.
No,
I
it's-
kill them with kindness.
It's funny. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't heard them all, but you've told me that there's been several clients that are like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I'm going to get my license. And I've had friends that, I mean, we have several past clients that have attempted or at least started. I don't know where they're at in the whole process, but
I think the biggest thing that's enticing to most people is, they see the paycheck on a deal and they go, oh, if I could do X amount in this time frame and this is how much I'm making. But they don't realize that it is such a long-term game. And like that first year, like what's the normal? Like a couple deals a year?
Two
Your
or
first
three.
year?
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 deals a year. So when you do the math on that,
Yeah.
you're like,
And it
now
took,
I'm making average or
Personally, it
minimum.
took me 7 months to do my first. 7 months. You
Damn.
know, because you get your license and you go, where are the people at to buy?
Exactly.
where are
they
the
at?
people to buy?
Go find a motherfucker. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then
Damn.
there's such a big lead time of, okay, you're talking to people, they're not necessarily ready. You're showing them
100%.
houses. Then you finally get them under contract, still another 30 days before closing. So
Yeah.
there's this massive lead time.
Yeah, I would definitely say that if you're not a people person and you don't know how to talk to people, this is definitely not the game for you.
And not just that, but also like being in person. Because I think for me, I couldn't do your guys' job.
See,
No.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't be always in front of clients like face to face. I don't mind doing it over the phone, email, stuff like that. But face to face you got to be kind of like an extrovert. You got to be
Yeah.
comfortable, always meeting new people, always being in front of them, always being in kind of awkward situations, to be honest. You guys are in some pretty awkward situations.
Do you guys believe in like turning your phone off at a certain time, or will you respond to a
Nope.
client if they text you late?
Yeah, I respond if I'm...
Yeah.
it depends. I mean,
I
like
can't.
if it's
It like
9:30,
burns my. I can't.
if it's 9:30 and we're in bed,
They're not usually
then-
texting Shane. They're texting me.
well, what I was gonna say is when you're falling
She's like,
asleep,
I
you
turned
don't
mine
talk-
off.
Oh yeah, I tried to turn it off. I
And
don't know
actually-
how to do that sleep thing. He does sleep
on
mode.
the iPhone, you can set your sleep
The bedtime
parameters.
mode or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
perfect. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, 9:30 is when nothing comes in. Now,
Dang.
only one. I think I have 2 people that have access to because you can set the parameters on like who you can have
Oh, I did
block,
not know
like
that.
get through that just in case
I
of
should put you on
emergencies.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you should
know.
because I have emergencies, homie. But I like 2. So if Rachel were to text me, or if my mom or somebody
Or Sean.
or Sean,
Nope.
yeah,
Only 2.
it just comes through.
All right, so
Me
me
and
and
Mom.
Shane's mom.
I'm like addicted, right? Like if I hear my phone, I
Yeah.
run for it. You know,
Me
like
too.
I have
It's-
to know.
it's bad.
I have to know. I'll like
Yeah.
wake up to an email. Like last night, I got an email and I responded to it at like 11:58.
So that's how
no.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't do emails, just text and calls.
But it's different. If I get a call like late at night or like I just woke up and I got a call, sometimes I won't take it because I'm like, I'm not going to be the...
Calls are different.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to give my best, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
response to this. But I mean, I'm just like Jeremy. Like I try to respond right away and no matter what time it is.
Unless it's Shane,
And it's grueling.
Unless it's
text.
Shane.
he'll just let me put
No,
me in
just
queue.
kidding. I'll just put him in the queue. I'll give him my turn times.
So like I have oof, that's a lot of unread text. 406.
See, that's
And it's
just
just-
Text messages.
Text messages?
Yeah.
that's
Why?
That's
It's
probably
just
2 years
friends
ago.
with like group chats and shit. that
Oh,
I'm just
group
not-
chats don't
Screw
count.
that.
Yeah, group chats, I just turn off notifications.
You're-
Me
Same.
too.
Yeah.
Same. So I just
So those were
Are
from
you
like
sure
2
you're
years
not
ago.
leaving that there to make yourself feel cool?
I mean, he could be.
100%.
Dude, I
He could
hate
be.
seeing
100%.
notifications. I try to clear them
4
and reply to
texts,
them.
which is
Yeah.
a lot.
but like I don't care about bubbles, right?
I got 0.
So I got all kinds of bubbles.
I keep them in there to remind myself about them. But
So-
400, you don't know.
You guys are crazy. I'm gonna get back on topic.
Sorry.
real quick.
Okay,
We're all
sorry.
over the place.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we went from what we would do.
The biggest thing with real estate is people see
trying to figure out where
the
to go.
potential money making that they can do, and they think I'm going to get into it and I'm going to crush it.
And there's a lot of potential.
Right, and there's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
potential,
you
but
can't take
also
that
the
away.
same thing is if you were to start your own business, there's that same potential.
So it's similar,
Exactly.
like when if you have a guy who wants to start up some sort of like shop, right, brick and mortar, that guy is at that shop 12 hours a day.
Oh,
like
at
he's the
least.
manager,
At
he's
least
running
12
it,
hours,
right? He
right.
doesn't
Janitor,
hire out
he's
like
a- no.
immediately. He doesn't do that. He puts in those hours to make sure he keeps his costs down and it's running smoothly.
Exactly.
A lot of people lack that in real estate, and they come in and they're like, you know,
They
they
think
come,
they got it.
they think they got it, and it's not like it's so damn
I
hard.
think one of the biggest transitions is going from You can pull that
That's
out.
okay. I keep whacking the wire.
Or pull it out.
That's an analogy. For something else.
I think a lot of people, they come in and say, "Oh, I can do this," but the transition from a 9 to 5 job where you have a lot of structure into a business where you have zero structure and you can easily get distracted by not working is huge. Like I think that's the biggest, one of the biggest transitions.
And
I
getting-
think that's why I
went.
thrive. I've never had a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, have I?
Yeah.
Always
Ever.
just whatever.
But that's also why,
whenever.
like, I think when I was like full time in the biz, like I would have to pick up my.
Full time in the biz.
Cool guy.
Back when he was rapping, you know?
No, but you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm
Totally.
saying.
Yeah, no, I
yes,
get
yes.
If when I would leave here, I would put my computer in my bag and I go to, at the time, the office at Rev, and I would sit there for 4 or 5 hours because that's where I could actually be productive. And being around people for me is a lot different than just sitting here and doing.
I
whatever.
have to be around people. I have.
See, and
to.
that's why you guys are great real estate agents. Because for me,
I don't go.
I can't be around people. I'm a total introvert.
Really.
Like it takes a lot of effort for me to be in front of people. Like
crazy.
a lot of effort.
I'll just
have to
socialize
be.
with all those people, so it's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
like you would distract me.
I would distract you.
Wow.
Yeah,
I would
you
always
come
sit
say
there,
hi.
and then you would walk over to me because I was
Yeah.
always at the office. You'd walk in late and be like, "Jeremy, hi." Walk
Late.
over, and then you'd fucking,
Late.
"Hey, what's up?" No. Yeah.
So-
I'd be like, "Rachel, I'm trying to fucking work here. I don't know what
Rachel,
you're doing."
I'm closing deals.
No,
Rachel.
back then he wasn't.
so you to give some perspective. You started. What was your like? Why did you start? I guess.
Same,
Yeah, what was
like
your
what we've
why?
been talking about? So I started because I saw a Groupon.
Really?
I saw a Groupon, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." You know, and I've always had the desire to run my own business and be like that entrepreneur kind of guy, you know. And so I dove into real estate and just kind of loved
Divin'.
it, you know. And I was in it like 5 months, then I quit my job and then kind of did it full time, and now here I am. My 2-year anniversary is in 4 days.
Whoa.
How does that feel?
Oh, like times. I feel like I've been in it forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And you
well,
feel
it's
like you
those
lost.
memes.
I feel like you lost like 10 years.
When you're
Yeah.
young and like 5
Yeah.
years later, you look
It's
like
crazy.
you're 90 years old.
Yeah.
But it's hard, you know? It's really hard. You really got to love it, and you got to love people and just kind of doing that kind of stuff to really survive, I think.
I think this thing too. You do have to love what you do.
I think you have to love the chase too,
So-
because
For sure.
if you don't,
Like, every realtor's favorite part of the deal is like closing, you know? You close and everyone's excited, blah,
Right.
blah.
Yeah,
Like, mine
kids.
is when I get someone prequel.
I was gonna say
I'm like
actually,
Yeah,
ready
it's
to go.
exciting.
you know?
I could
like, and I
even
got
do
a new
you
one.
more because I think having a successful like a conversation with a potential lead is more of a like, ooh, the fire's burning than like the actual prequel and showing them houses. I think
Yeah.
like for some reason the lead gen aspect of things for me is like, holy shit, I love that.
Yeah.
When
Like,
you
it's
get
not
like
the close. When I close, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
You know? Guess
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
post
kind
on
of like
Facebook.
Jeremy because the close for me is like I do so much work up front and during the process that when it actually makes it to closing, it's kind of like my job's done for
Yeah.
the most part, you know, and it's like it closes and great and we get paid and we actually, made some money off of all the work we did. But I'm the same way. Like when I get a prequel, like when I finish a prequel, I get someone's documents and I'm like, they're solid. It fires me
Yeah,
up.
like,
And
that's the best part.
It could be months before they get under contract.
sure.
But it fires me up because I know that it's like, I did some work on that. It's looking good. They're gonna find a home and they're gonna be all excited.
Yeah.
That's the part.
What about you, Rach?
What you, Rach?
Definitely not lead gen.
I feel like-
think
yeah,
I'm like,
Rachel's-
gonna.
I think
yeah,
Rachel's a big fan. In my opinion, I think you're a big fan of like the process.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
like the
all
process.
about the documents,
Yeah.
checking off the boxes and getting through it. Oh yeah, I don't have a transaction coordinator. I enjoy that,
Yeah.
and I'm very organized.
I write the contract, write agency, send it, done.
See, I don't
That's all
like
I
that.
do.
I feel
Like,
like
I'm
you don't
done.
know the contract well. Then if
I know
you're,
the contract great. I write every
yeah.
contract.
But then your transaction coordinator's running your I don't know.
She does
Each-
market
each-
conditions. She does all the crap I don't want to deal with, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I like that.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, I hate
Yeah.
it. I
That's
hate it.
I enjoy doing that. I don't know. I
That's
guess I'm
crazy.
weird.
I do. I'm kind of like Rachel. I like checking off the boxes. Like I love working through the milestones because like when you think about how much work goes into a single file, there's a bunch. And
Oh, yeah.
the more check boxes you have, like the better you feel. Like especially for me too. When we get that final loan approval, I'm like the most excited I can be because I'm like, we just got final loan approval, and the rest of it is like cake. Like the rest of that closing stuff, it'll happen. I'm not
Are
worried
you
about
like
that.
detailed oriented?
Me?
Yeah.
Extremely.
You
Oh,
are?
yeah.
And you too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you?
I'm like halvesies
Have you?
because I think
Little
like
hybrid action? Nice.
I think like the detail oriented process of like the marketing and trying to lead capture is what
Yeah, you're talking to a husband and wife team, so like
it like drives me.
separate.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I didn't catch that.
He
Well,
does the
the
marketing
reason-
and I don't do the marketing.
The reason that we
Oh,
are
right,
where we
right.
are is because we bit each other's heads off the first like 6 months of real estate because
There's some houses he's never even seen that we've closed because
Love it.
he's working as
there's
so
clients I've never even met.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Put one under contract today. Never saw the house. Paid a showing agent. Under contract.
Nice.
Bang.
That's where it's at.
How much did you pay that person?
Only $30.
Wow.
$30 to
Wow,
show the
that's
house?
what they're going
Yeah.
for.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh
Best thing in the world. Yeah.
Wow.
Best thing in the world.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry,
I'm a little off
topic.
topic.
So,
But
but with
that's
the detail
crazy.
thing, like I am not detailed oriented, and I think that's why I don't like checking the boxes. Right? I'm just like high output. I'm just out.
Right.
You know, like I just want to do things and not sit there and go.
Well, it's like when you just
"Okay."
walked in our house and you're like, I can't believe your house is so clean. And you're like, I'm a slob. Well, there
Okay.
you go. That's,
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
that's it, right?
He's like, okay, I'm out.
I
kinda
didn't say it just
correlate.
like that. Okay. Is your house always this clean? It's amazing.
It
My
is
house
always this
trash.
clean.
It's unreal.
yeah.
It is unreal.
Yeah, because I'm like, fuck papers and whatever shit's everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, my workstation's kind of a mess. I don't know how Rachel keeps hers so clean.
It's wild.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty.
Gotta be
Like, I'd say
organized.
my house is relatively clean. Maybe not at the level of this house, but
I'm going to have to get off here in 5 minutes, but to go back to all this, because I feel like we're all the way, I don't even
We're all
know.
over the
We're
place.
like, we went
Right.
with those astronauts.
Sorry.
We're
right.
gone.
Yeah, sorry.
This
But-
shit when you bring me on. Sorry.
My 2 cents, I feel like a lot of our friends and clients say, I want to get into real estate, or they see the settlement statement and they're like, man, you just made 15 grand on this.
I hate that.
And it's
Awkward.
like, but wait a second. Don't forget about taxes, because the worst thing is
Oh,
your
gosh.
first year when you realize how much you owe
Yeah.
in taxes. Oh my gosh. And not to mention like with our listings, we put the sign out, we do the photos, the marketing, like you're paying for stuff.
Yeah.
You
have
pay.
a brokerage split if you're on a team. You have
Yeah.
team
Yeah,
split. Like
you-
there's
Yep,
There's a
yep.
lot-
Monthly
I was gonna get into that.
Renew-
All the
Renewing-
gas
And we
from
still
driving around all day.
renewing your license, and you can go out and show someone houses for months and then they just decide not to buy, and you didn't get paid for that, and then you start calculating how much time and energy you just put into them. What did you make an hour?
Yep.
someone
lot.
on
I
the
don't
team
like doing
shot me a
that because
text.
sometimes it's bad.
How many hours do you think you put towards each client? He texted me that. I'm like, fuck. That's
I
a
don't know.
really hard question to answer. Because some like
Some none. Some a ton.
Some you just go boom, 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 and you're good, and some
Some
like,
you'll
are
take
like
out,
that.
you'll show them 5 houses and they pick one, you write an offer that gets accepted and it's cake.
Yeah, yeah.
But others,
and
it's-
they have money.
They're,
Their
they're
pre-qual's
changing
great. Like
their
everything.
location every other day, and a lot of people don't want to get pre-qualified before they start looking. So you're like pulling teeth, be like, come on, please call a lender.
Yeah.
Because you want to do them a solid by taking them out, showing them a few houses
Yeah.
and building a relationship. But then,
But then they call me and they got a 400 credit score and,
and
no
you're
money
like,
in the
oh,
bank.
well, that was a waste.
Sean goes,
Yeah.
and
"How's
I'm
this
like,
possible?"
hey, yeah, we're not looking good.
and not to just talk about negatives, but one of the worst things is around Christmas time, you have Christmas, and then you renew on January. You renew your license, so you're like hit so hard between
gosh.
December and January
Yeah.
with
Well,
fees.
and fees and like.
And I don't think people realize it. And we have to double up on it because we're both renewing our stuff. It gets really expensive.
yeah.
So
It's an expensive industry. Like
It
really
is. It's a high risk, high reward. If you think about it, it's a very high risk, high reward
yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
You're not just selling a house, getting a paycheck, putting it in your bank account. You really should get a CPA. You should do a PLC. You should figure out, and that I hate that part of the business. Shane does that too. Taxes, I hate them. It's the worst.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like any type
Understanding
of
it.
self-employed business. Like, you always want to live way below your means because you never know.
Never know.
You never know.
And you just don't know when your next paycheck is. So Shane and I both got it. So I got my license in December of like 2016. Shane got his 3 or 4 months later.
Pause. Let me just make sure one thing real quick.
I was mid-sentence.
that you smashed that record button.
I had 1 minute before it like stopped recording.
Oh.
We only got 11 minutes left in this memory card. Go.
Go.
We're going to put those on. So I got licensed in December. Shane 3 or 4 months later. And we really struggled to figure out whose role was what, because I had already been writing contracts and working, and he was jumping in, and it was very frustrating. It was really hard to be a husband and wife team, for one. So think about that. And then they say to have 6 months?
6 months worth of savings, yeah.
It took you 7 months to get your first one.
First deal.
So yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
And even then, what if it was a 50-50 split? You're not making crap.
Yeah.
And
You know?
six,
on a $200,000 home,
Yeah.
Like your first couple deals in real estate are going to get butchered.
Butchered.
Most likely.
just like that word.
yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we both like jumped in head first, which was kind of scary. We had like a wild story, but like,
And we were fortunate enough that I just killed it with rentals. I started just placing people in rentals left and right. And I think that was really good, because then I look like an a-hole not knowing how to open up a lockbox. And it's a lot less on the line when you're just renting a property than when you're purchasing a home. But then after 3 months, did the first deal, and it just like steamrolled. It was like the first one and then 5 in May. And then it ended up being 17 that year. So it was really just quick.
right.
it was nuts.
But thank God, because of referrals,
Yeah.
that's friends and family supported us.
And that's
basically.
that's rare because like we were talking earlier, like if you don't get out and talk to people and socialize and like network, then you don't. I mean, half of our deals came from networking with lenders and title agencies and them hooking us up with other people that they like-minded individuals. And like, I mean, you have to connect with people. And you got to put on a show a little bit. I mean, it's a dog and pony show your first year, because you have to absorb as much as you can on the education front and meet as many people as, whether they're good or bad in the industry. And you'll find it out. You'll find it real quick.
And it's hard too, because you're supposed to be the industry expert, and if you're new and you're not doing transactions,
Exactly.
how are you supposed to be the expert?
You bullshit, bro.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you got to figure out a way to make a deal work, and it's.
And that-
if you don't have the guidance, the support, you're like
And that's-
the
That's
blind
the
leading the
key.
blind.
You're
I was going to say
broker.
that actually rolls back into selecting a good brokerage. You need to do your due diligence there and selecting a good brokerage, because that was actually one of my favorite things about where we did work at, was because of the support. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's no longer there, but we end up going with one of the best ones,
Yeah,
brokers, if you will. If
Yeah.
The best for sure.
Yeah.
that he is phenomenal, and he is good at helping. He's very understanding, and finding someone that you can communicate with on that aspect of
He's a
things.
good teacher as well.
Yeah, and when selecting a
Who?
brokerage,
Our broker?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's the shit.
Dub.
yeah, dub. But yeah, okay. I want to keep on rolling with this. Did you need to leave?
No, I told her to come in the room when she gets here, so I know she's here,
Oh, okay.
and then we'll leave.
So I know she's here. You really need to see her. Make sure.
She's really
What
not
else?
that good.
What
at
else?
texting. I'm
What else should we
sorry.
dive into? 'Cause
I think we've kind of hammered this whole real
Well-
estate thing like it's the worst thing in the world to get into. Like I think we should
No.
maybe hit on some positives.
Well, from what Jeremy was saying, you want to be an expert, but you kind of, it's like fake it till you make it in a sense. But you
To an
also
sense,
really
yeah.
need to be comfortable just saying, let me get you the answer. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to give
Let
you
me
the
get
wrong
back to
answer.
you.
Let me get back to you. And
I'm
then
pretty
you-
sure. Let me double
And
check.
this,
on
this
double- and
industry
that's
is
okay.
in this
It's
industry.
fine.
No matter how much experience you have, you will still say things like that. I don't care how many years of experience you
Well,
have.
even
Things
like
are always
the
changing.
brokers, right? Who've been in it 20 years. They get
Exactly.
together. They see a situation they've never seen. They still get together. They talk about it. Like this industry is so bananas.
Yep.
It's
So
so crazy
bananas.
as shit.
And it's forever, like it's always evolving, right? It's always
No, it's always changing.
Changing.
Something
New
like COVID
contracts are-
happens. Things like it
the
just
contracts
changes
change
everything.
it just changed.
We just got a
We
new
just
Binzer
gotta-
form. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I wrote a Binzer yesterday, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
We just got a new COVID. I've been seeing
The
this COVID
COVID.
thing
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your
yeah.
guys'
Yeah,
contract.
Seller
Contract.
concessions on the purchase contract change. There's lots of stuff.
Crazy stuff.
always changing.
You have
And
no
that's-
idea what's going on in the lending world. It's
Don't want to know.
It's like 10 times
Yeah,
worse.
please.
And that's another thing you have to take off your shoulders is we're not, as realtors, we're not lenders. Like we know quite a bit, but I'm always like, call your lender.
100%.
Call your
Yeah.
lender
100%.
because that's
out
out
of
of
your
our
scope.
scope.
And I think that's the biggest thing is like staying in your lane because people ask me questions about real estate and I'm like, you need to call your agent. Like, I don't know that answer. Mm-hmm. Like,
I mean,
that's a
even
negotiation
if you might
thing.
know, if it's a real estate question, you always defer
Yeah,
over
I'm
the
not
agent,
the,
right?
I'm
And
not,
vice versa. Because
I'm not the
you-
subject matter expert on that. Like, go talk to the one who is.
And if they take your advice, then they could always come back on you, and that's a liability
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly.
But to the
and
positives,
liability.
once you kind of grind for a few years, I would say at the third year, it definitely gets a lot easier. I think personally, you start to feel really confident. You understand the contract like a lot. you're probably getting referrals. A lot of your clients are probably now ready to sell their house, purchase another one, and the referrals are kind of rolling in.
Right.
And it's not as much of a grind in all the door, which I won't door knock. I freaking hate all that marketing
Have you ever
stuff.
door knocked, Jeremy?
Not once.
It is
Nice.
too hot. I can't, and I don't
Never
feel
door
comfortable.
knocked.
I've
never
done it
cold
once.
called. Cold called for an hour.
An hour.
That's it.
Your team hypes the dialer.
Yeah, hype, dialer, dialer, dialer. You will not
Dial
live
sad.
unless you dial.
Remember
common
that time I
misconception.
dialed with you?
Common misconception.
See, but,
I
but
hate
That was the
it.
one
But-
time you did it?
but that's the things.
Was that the one
I
time?
did it one other. I did it one
He
other
had
time.
the funniest conversation with some
I've
old
had great
lady.
experiences from it.
It was comical. I'm like, this isn't. It wasn't my thing. I did it for maybe 30 minutes, and I was
Yeah.
over it.
See, but that's the thing that I'm talking about is like the real estate industry is great because there are proven strategies that have worked. If you want to exchange your time for some sort of success, yeah, if you're going to make 80 calls a day, you're going to close some transactions. Like if you're going to go door
Yeah,
knock
the
200
numbers are
doors,
there.
you're going to get some transactions. Like it's a numbers game. So I think a lot of people think, you know, if I'm willing to work my tail off, the real estate industry, it's a tried and true industry opposed to, you know, going starting something completely new.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
And especially if you get with a team that has a tried and true method,
Yeah.
that you can follow their method. And if you can fall into like feeling comfortable with their method, like that's like a ball
Yeah,
out of
I
the
think
park,
real
hitting the
estate.
ball out of the
I think
park.
real estate is you know if you're not afraid to work 24/7 and work your ass off for pretty minimal pay when you're starting, it's a great industry.
Yeah.
Because after that you do reap the benefits. Like it is a building snowball.
Yeah.
To an extent, yes.
Right.
I'm gonna go a little negative on this
Oh
here.
jeez.
Yeah.
I would say when we got in, it was like it's a hot market, like going on 4 years. It was a hot market. It was great. I mean, it's hard. It was a lot of work, but it was great.
hard, but
to get in it right now with the coronavirus and the way that showings are and things are being more virtual, when the iBuyers were getting in hot, like that was very intimidating. You know, like a lot of your sellers were like, ooh, well, let me look at this, much more convenient.
Yeah.
So that was intimidating. Then they went away and just so much has changed. I can't imagine being in it during 08 and, you know, or not having a map on my phone. Oh my God, I get so lost. But, you know, like the old dinosaurs with
Yeah.
literally
yeah.
so much has changed. And even today, I feel like, I don't know, just the way, I don't know. It's difficult. It's a weird time to get into real estate right now.
So I'm mentoring 2 agents right now, and I feel terrible because like when you're a new agent, what you want to do is like open houses or door knock if you don't have a sphere, whatever,
Yep.
like that kind of stuff. And you can't,
It's awkward right now.
you know,
They're
like
here.
you can't.
yeah, she's here.
So we're finally starting to get into that now. So they're all excited. They've already held a couple open houses and they're getting leads and it's good. But like the last 3 months have been brutal for like,
Right.
newer
Want to
agents,
pause?
you know?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just cut it out.
So I got to move my car.
All right.
Oh.
So we've lost one.
Right.
One is gone.
She dropped out.
She
She's
just
down.
dropped out.
She dropped
we have
out.
one down. So to continue on here, let's go over. What do you say? Pros, cons.
I just think, yeah, maybe we should go over pros and cons and you know, because a lot of people don't know, you know, like we sometimes talk as if people have the same
Assume
knowledge as
and
us.
know,
Right,
yeah.
right. So I think we should maybe talk some
What,
really brief.
what if we like went around and each of us kind of said our 2 cents about what it takes to actually survive as a
I like that.
or in that industry?
I like
You're
that.
a lender.
do you
we're
want to
agents.
start?
yeah, you
No,
start.
Shane's gonna start.
No, it was your idea.
It's he's the host.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All right.
All right, Shane, go.
So what do I think it takes to survive?
Yeah,
in this?
2 things that you
Like to make
you
it.
must have to make it.
To make it, like, or advice, or it's just 2 piece nuggets. Give them some nuggets. You
You
know?
want
give 'em
some
some
nuggets.
nugs.
So if you're thinking about getting into the industry of real estate, I think that you need to overcome your fears of
Good one.
Damn it.
like
Took mine. I'm just kidding.
of like especially talking to people. I think one of the biggest fears or things that people run into is if let's say you're going to cold call or if you're going to have an open house and like lead gen that way, you have to know how to communicate with people and talk to people and accept rejection. Like so, facing your fears and accepting rejection are like my 2 biggest ones because. One, those are like my biggest ones to get over, and 2, if you can't accept rejection, then you're never gonna go. You're not gonna go anywhere in
Yeah,
this.
that's a tough one
business
for me
because-
too. I like being liked. You know, like I like being liked.
Me too.
And
And
so-
it's really frustrating when people don't like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
So
like, what's your deal?
so if you're gonna be successful in this business, and by no means are Rachel and I like successful. We do well, but we don't like. I wouldn't deem us a full blown success, if you will.
Right.
But you got to get over fears, and you got to be able to talk to people and like have a conversation with somebody and not worry about what they think, because like I'm the same way like you. I want people to like us, or Rachel and I, and if they don't like us, I get a little butthurt initially.
Yeah, same.
But then I'm like, there's 7 million people that live in Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's a stupid concept, right? Like,
Right.
but like that's how I am. Even if
Yeah.
I start getting an inkling, right? I'm talking to like a new client, and the
Yep.
text conversation changes.
Yeah, it swings.
Yeah, so then I start kind of going the extra mile, or being a little nicer, doing something different, because I'm like, what is going
Why don't
on
they
here?
like-
You know what sucks too
Yeah.
is like you get to a point where you get that phone call like, I think we're gonna go a different direction, and it's like, what did we do? We had somebody. Oh man, this one, little story time. So we had a
Yeah.
client.
Nice.
He was moving down here with his fiance, and they loved us. We met him at open house, and we were working him. It was a great. And he was up in Seattle. We were down here, and I'm gonna cut that out. But, so we were down here and showing the fiance houses, but he was never here. And we would show her all these houses, and she had a specific style that she wanted, and we would show her all these styles. And then next thing you know, he calls me and said, "Hey, just to let you know, we went a different direction and we bought a house." And I immediately sent him a text message or an email saying, "Hey, we strive to like, I call it. It's from my old place of work. God, I can't even think of the name of it now. We strive to
for
be
excellence?
It's excellence, but
The best you can be. Oh, that's a Navy.
in the army. That's actually. Can you even name that movie?
What?
Forrest Gump.
No, you can be all you can be in the army.
SpongeBob the movie.
No, it's an old movie.
No.
Yeah, no.
Do you know who?
Anyway.
I feel like I'm drunk right now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm talking about raving fans. We love to create raving fans, and like, if you ever look it up, what a raving fan is, it's like an actual definition in like the business world. And a raving fan is someone who's going to go out there and just scream your name to other clients and bring you more business, right? I wrote an email back to him. I was like, "Hey, listen, what did we do wrong, or what went wrong in this transaction to where you just completely ghosted us and went behind our back to buy, because we were under contract with them a couple different times, and they just like went behind our back, and they bought the exact opposite
So what do you
of
say?
what
What do you say? What was his
say?
response?
he wrote it back and said, "Hey, it was nothing against you. You guys did a great job. I just went a different way."
I hate that
it was
response.
some bullshit
So
feedback. But he bought another thing that pissed me off is that him and his fiance bought the exact opposite of what
Yeah.
they told us that they wanted. So it's
Yeah.
like, how do you compete with that? You can't. So that's what you gotta just brush it off.
Yeah.
clients can be real buttheads, you know?
Oh, I got something else. Keep on going though.
So, like, I like to think of it like when I go into a dealership, I don't give a flying F who sells me a car, right?
Right.
I just want to get a good deal. I want to go and pick whatever I want, So I kind of have that mindset where they don't care. If they find something they're going to like, unless
They're
they're a
gonna buy
good
it.
friend,
Yeah.
it varies. But if it's someone I don't know very well, like, they're going to buy it. They don't care about me, right? It's my job to stay in front of them all the time.
Yep.
So when that shit happens, I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
oof, missed them.
Yeah.
The another thing, maybe I'll turn this into a con.
Well,
Maybe
first,
I
hold on. Let me go two things. We didn't work our way around.
I know. I was just thinking.
Two things. You want to go, Jeremy?
No.
Okay, I'll go. All right,
Real estate
two
lender.
things. Two things I think you need to have, or you need to understand to make it in the real estate world. And the biggest thing that crushed me when I was starting out was that you cannot count your chickens before they hatch. You cannot do it.
Good one.
So many people will build up their pipeline and say, "Oh, I've got all these
And
in
start
escrow,
doing these projections.
doing these projections, or I've got all these clients I'm working with. This is my projected income," and they start working on how they can spend that to build their business or for whatever they want to do or how they can live their life. And in real estate, shit happens.
All the
Whether you
damn
want
time.
it to or not, shit will happen.
I've had 2 deals cancel on closing day this year.
It happens.
Like,
I've
you
had-
expect that check, right? 2 of them.
Damn.
and it just gone.
Yeah.
Now, I've
2020
had-
has sucked for a lot of reasons, but real estate has been one of them.
I mean, it's the biggest thing. I've had deals, purchases and refinances. Refinances, they sign. And so after you sign on a refinance, you have 3 days of right of rescission where you can say, "Hey, I no longer want the refinance." Extremely rare for someone to actually say that. I've had it happen twice now. You do all of the work, you do everything, and out of nowhere, title calls you and says, "Hey, yeah, they canceled." And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And like purchases, same thing. You know, something will come up, or they'll buy a car right before closing, and like shit happens no matter what. No matter what happens, a deal is not done until it's done.
A deal is not done until it's done.
And even then, like, so you guys, luckily you guys are done, but for us, if they don't make their mortgage payment, we then give our commission back. So it's like, it's a very, you really just cannot count
For
your
6
chickens.
months, right?
For 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's a big cloud over our
That's
head.
crazy.
Especially with like Corona going on and so many people texting me, hey, should I not make my
Forbearance,
mortgage payment?
yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, I'm
Here we
going
go.
bankrupt.
Here we go.
So that's my number one thing is
a good one.
You cannot.
Way better than both the Shanes.
Yeah, I know.
You cannot count your chickens
Way
before they
better.
hatch. And then the second thing is you honestly have to fall in love with the grind. Like you can't.
That's a good one.
You can't just like the
Killing
industry.
Shane. Yeah.
You can't just like the industry or like what you're doing. Like you have to want to wake up at 5 a.m. and work really hard and work all throughout the day. Or you have to want to work a weekend. Like
Oh yeah.
it's not just, oh, I'm gonna work my ass off from 9 to 5. No. Like you have to want to work 24/7. And it sounds kind of psychotic, but like I like doing that sometimes. Like I like to just work my ass off 24/7.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have to figure out ways because to get the deals, you're gonna have to find out new ways outside your comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna maybe attract newer, different clients or whatever. And yeah, you have to fall in love with the grind. And maybe, oh man, yeah. Never mind. I'm not even gonna divulge
So
anymore.
like I always tell people,
That's
it's
actually the
such
biggest
a
one.
fucked
really.
up industry that we work all week in hopes to work all weekend.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
I remember you posting about that, and I
Yeah.
was like, I
Like, what the
resonate with that
fuck
so
is that
much.
about?
It's the most psychotic
Yep.
mentality ever.
yeah, we work all week in hopes. Like if I have a Saturday off, I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, it's like why am I not out showing houses?
Yeah.
Why am I not working with people who have free time right now?
Crazy.
It is crazy.
It's so stupid.
It is stupid.
So question. Do you strive and want that for your entire career?
Fuck no.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
you know?
but
It's-
that's where it comes. Like, if you were in love with that grind right now, why are you?
So I love it right now. I love it.
So do I.
But I also, I'm sympathetic to the fact I am new, right? So I need to pay my dues, you
Right.
know, and I understand it. So in 10 years, I hope I'm not working 7 days a week, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, you know? My wife would fucking kill me, first of all, you know?
Yep.
But I understand I need to build something. And I want to build something like, I want it to be automated, you know? I
Right.
want to run a business, not be a realtor.
right.
if
You
will.
don't want to trade time for money.
Do you think of your actually this will be another one I could get back into. There's two things that I want to touch on before we exit your two things.
Yeah, you better start thinking. You got big shoes to
I
fill.
know. Holy shit, man.
So,
Jesus.
do you want me to go with my two things real quick?
Yeah, real quick.
Wait,
Well,
what? You already had your two things.
I got two more things.
You got two more
Oh,
things.
you're doing
you
a
want to
total
talk
of 4
about. Yeah,
things.
apparently
'Cause
Shane
you wanna
thinks
one up.
Shane's just
You wanna
slapping
one
on
up
the table right now.
You can go ahead because they're kind of negative. I just lost one.
Yeah, let's go.
Shit.
Jeremy,
Oh.
you give us your two. No, Shane, you lost your chance.
No,
You
no,
lost
I
your
need to
chance.
write them down.
Oh yeah, write them down. Jeremy, go.
Go.
What are two things that people need to know or need to understand before they get into real estate?
This one's kind of confusing. I think emotional flexibility, which is really weird. You need to understand when you lose something, it's not everything, and when you win something, it's not everything.
I like
Because
that.
you're going to hit. It's a
can you
roller
repeat that?
coaster. Emotional flexibility.
Yes.
Because it's
All right, hold on, let me
a
write it
roller
down.
coaster of a ride.
Yes, it really
is.
a
Oh, it is.
roller coaster. You get someone under contract 2 days later, you do an inspection, you cancel, right? Like, and you're so excited, especially as a new agent. Like now, you know, like I could walk a house and I could point things out or see things and expect things, whatever. But when you're a new agent, you have no idea. You don't know how to walk a house. You don't know what you're looking for. You get them under contract. You're so excited, your first deal, and then they cancel. You're
Some
like,
new
what
agents
the
don't
hell?
even own their own home.
Totally.
You know?
Yep.
So,
And it's hard, you
How
know?
do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you tell someone how to buy a home when you haven't bought
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Because they went to school for 90 hours, passed the
Yeah,
test.
exactly.
Yeah. But it's tough. Like, I get it, you know, and I get it because I was there, you know, and I've lost deals and it really killed me. And you feel like the absolute worst. One of the agents I mentor had the same thing, right? Got one under contract, they canceled, and he was just in the pits, you know, just felt terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you take the rest of the night, you feel that way, and tomorrow we're going to go find another one. You know, like you have to accept that it's done to kind of keep going. Like you can't
Oh,
let it kill you,
absolutely.
you know, but it kills you.
It'll
Like, I've been there
emotionally
where-
drain you.
for sure.
But that's where the love and the love of the grind comes in. Because if you don't have that love of the grind, then you will be defeated before you even start in this game.
Yeah. So like if you're because I'm at the office all the time. Like I'm an office guy. I want to go to the office. And so when people come to the office on our team and they're there at 9:30 or 10 and they leave at 2 or 3, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm going to the mall. I'm like, okay.
You know,
like, and you're going to wonder why you don't have a paycheck in 90 days. You know?
What are you going to spend at the mall? Because you got no
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah. Like you always have to think 90 days out. Like I always think I have a ton in the pipeline for June, July, August, but what is my September, October? Like, I don't know. I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Always 90
So
days,
that
90
was-
days, 90 days.
That was
So
one,
emotional flexibility.
which is a great one, by the way.
Big. It's the industry is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
No.
And I would just say work ethic. I really don't. Like going back to you work all week to work all weekend. Like that is the truth in real estate.
So the stat is right now. I think currently there's like 79 or 80,000 agents, licensed real estate agents in the state of Arizona.
yeah.
And isn't the stat where like most agents don't renew their license, like or 70% of their agents don't renew their license after their first 2 years? After they get it?
I've heard, and I don't know the fact.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
This is just a
What
opinion.
I've heard is there's a 97% turnover rate in 2 years.
This doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
97.
So
So you're in class with 100 people. 3 of those motherfuckers are going to be realtors.
Well, they're going to continue to be realtors after the 2 years.
Yeah.
They don't go to the
It doesn't surprise me at all. When I originally got in the business and the guy who was like mentoring me, his big thing was farming agents, right? Cold calling agents, not
yeah.
cold calling leads. So we would get a list of all the top producing agents and we'd basically take the
Well,
top.
because your clients are us.
Right.
Yeah.
So we take top 20%. So top 20% of agents, then you look at their deals. And when you're looking down at the bottom of that 20%, it's like you're looking at people who are doing 4 deals a year.
Yeah.
The
Well,
top
there's also-
20%.
There's also that statistic, 1% of agents do 99% of the
Exactly.
business.
You really take the top like 1,000, and those are the people who are doing the business.
Yeah. And
Everyone below that's like, yeah, you're closing some deals, you know?
Because it is, like, it's great for people who, kind of like in your situation, stable job and then real estate.
Right.
You know, like, it's great for that. But, like, my situation, I'm the only income. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm not
Yeah, that's
fucking,
crazy.
if I'm not there
So
working,
I don't know if I would have done what you did.
I'm
That's
screwed.
crazy.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the opportunity to come my way to do what I'm doing right
sure.
now, I would not be doing. I'd be doing real estate.
Yeah.
But for the way I looked at it, it was like it's a double whammy. It's time to capitalize.
Well, if
And-
you had a great offer, like,
right.
Yeah.
So it's like why not?
like
right?
Rachel's still killing it. You can do that. You can get all the insurance, whatever.
And I can still on the side.
Yeah.
I can still do
I
the
feel like
part
you
of
don't
the
even
business
work, dude. You
that I
call me
do.
during the day. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Dude,
Like,
that's what
the
I'm
fuck?
saying.
Don't listen to this people for that work.
But it is good, and it's good for, like, no offense, but it's good for, like, a stay-at-home mom, or, you know,
huge. Yeah.
like I would love to know that stat. You know, like how many stay-at-home moms do real estate? I bet it's crazy.
Well, there's also a lot of people who, you know, they have their license to do their own deals, like their own investments or
Yeah.
their own whatever. You know?
And it's totally fine. You
Yeah,
know, it's totally fine. If you want to do 4 or 5 deals a year, like, great. You know, it's great. But when I have conversation with agents and they're like, I want to do 40 deals, I'm like, what are you going to do?
You had a goal for doing 60, and that was
60.
not easy.
That's a lofty goal.
That's
I mean,
huge.
that's more
That's
than a
huge.
lot of
Yeah.
like big producers do.
Yeah, it's a lofty goal.
And-
I'm fucking crushing it, too. So, no big deal.
Wait, this year you are?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue.
He's like, I got 59 right now.
Yeah.
Just
Like, one more by the end of
One
the
more.
year.
That's all I need.
Damn, in this COVID world, you got that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'll have like 25 in a couple weeks on the year.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
That's
it's good
pretty
here.
solid.
But it's also driven by, like, I have to. Like what I said before.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
my wife has no income.
Yep.
If
And you
shit
have a
goes
kid now.
sour, and I have a kid, 5 months old, you know, like, I don't have a choice. So I work. Fortunately, I love it, and things are going well. But if I'm at home on a Saturday, again, I'm like, why am I here? And you kind of feel guilty. I really do.
Right.
I have like this guilt. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird. Like if your phone isn't, it sounds so weird because like I love hate relationship with your phone. If it's not blowing up, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. And some days I just want to throw my phone.
Yeah, and then some days
through
it's
a
blowing up, and you're like,
fucking-
I
oh
hate my
God,
phone.
dude.
Like
Yeah.
I wish it would stop
Yeah.
going off.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just that balance, you know. It's
Crazy.
a crazy industry. It's crazy
And it's
industry.
ever changing.
Oh,
Ever changing.
changes all the time.
Well, those are all great points, fellas.
Yeah.
Those are all-
What were your two?
I'm sorry. I pulled up.
Oh,
my-
sorry.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Those are some great fellas.
So one of the other
but
things.
check this out.
No. They're not as good by any means, but they're just things to think about when you're getting into this business. If you get into this business, and I don't know how you run your business, I don't know how you run your business, but when I look at it, I think of it as like, am I going to run my business as a business? Because you're in this as like an actual business. If you don't think about it as like, profit in or a revenue in type of thing, and what am I spending on
running
to
a
make
P&L,
more? Like
yeah.
actually doing it like a business, you will fail.
Yeah.
You will fail, absolutely. Because
You won't fail. You just won't thrive.
I don't know, because I think people, what they do, okay, yeah, that you're good point, but I think that people overspend immediately. And then when
100%.
Dude,
because
100%.
they'll get those fat checks. Like, let's say you close 3 deals in 1 month. That's
Even before you close
that's
3
like
deals.
20
Let's say you do a simultaneous close.
yeah,
You do a buy and a sell, and you get that paycheck. So many people will be
like
like,
30
I'm going to
grand.
buy a car right now.
and they pay for it cash. And they forget that they have to actually
Forget
pay
they've
taxes.
got, their mortgage.
They
and
got to figure.
taxes and
They
their
forget that.
insurance.
Hey, where's my next deal coming from? I got to put money towards that a little bit.
100%.
Yeah. So
That's a good one. It's a
My-
good little tip.
my other little tip is run your business like a business, because if you
Yeah.
don't have that mindset, you will be screwed.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Second-
new agents that ask me, hey, where should I be marketing? What should I put money towards?
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, like go out and do the work, close a couple deals, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not going to spend money when you don't have money to spend.
Well, then you're on a different mentality too, because you have a team. Right? You're on a team where.
yeah.
Is there any lead genning on that aspect of things? Like, because that's one
Like,
of the
do we
benefits.
give leads?
Yeah. That's one of the benefits of being on a team.
Yeah.
Not all teams do that, but some of them is like,
Yeah. Getting
that's
leads,
you
whatever.
get the leads to
Yeah.
go work, whatever.
Yeah.
So, the other thing was the one thing that I would suggest is you come into this. This is one of the biggest things that I've had to deal with, I guess, is working with friends and family. So, working with friends and family, the one thing. So, family is one thing because they can trust you and you can typically help them out. But friends and acquaintances, that is the biggest thing for me to get over, because I'll have people text me, IG message me, Facebook message me, asking for my advice. And then 3 months later, go use somebody else and take my advice and apply that advice.
How about this one? You have a friend with a listing, hasn't sold in 30 days, and you go to the lake. You post on your Instagram and they go, why are you at the lake and not selling my house? Like, that shit's brutal.
Does that happen to you, Shane?
Never.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like those kind of expectations.
No, it is
I just
brutal.
told someone on my team, Matt, I'm like, dude, I would much rather work with someone cold, like a cold client, someone I don't have a relationship with, than a friend, because I can push them, and I can kind of say, hey, like, we just got cured, motherfucker. We need to figure this shit out.
See,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing is when you do get into this transaction and you do sign papers and you're legally obligated to this person, the one thing that I've done is up front, I'd be like, listen, all friendships aside, this is a business transaction. We are working for you, and our job is to sell your house. So if you get in our way, I'm going to tell you. And if you're not helping us out, I'm going to tell you. Because, it takes mutual
Yeah.
thing. We actually just had to kind of do this right now. And it's like, listen, man, we got to sell your house. Or if we're working with a buyer, it's like a whole different situation. But it's one thing. And the other thing I was going to go on that was if you see your friend buying or selling a property, you can't. I always reach out immediately, and I'm like, hey, next time you do anything like this, Rach and I would love to get the shot. We don't need your business, but we would love to get the shot to at least try to earn your business. And it grinds my gears. I need to let it just roll off my back every time. But the people that I know out here, they know what kind of person I am. They know how hard I work. They know how hard Rachel works. There's no reason why we shouldn't get the chance in my mind, right?
Yeah.
And it's that's the one thing that grinds my gears is seeing friends and that I know or acquaintances.
Because they don't
that I know.
care. They don't care and they don't understand.
No,
See,
they don't.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And honestly, the one person that did do he asked me for a ton of information or advice anyway, and I should have been more asky, but that's not how we do our business. If you come into me for advice, I would
assume that they're going to be using
I wouldn't
you.
expect, but I would assume that you would come to me for more advice and then you would have me apply that advice, help you out.
Yeah,
But,
I think
it's so tough, man.
I think it's also, I mean, it's really challenging from my perspective too, because a lot of people, friends, they think I'm going to come up with so many different ways I think about them based on their financial footprint, because finances are crazy. So many people don't want you to know how much you make. And I will tell you right now, I've done my parents' refinance, my sister refinance. I've done so many purchases for friends and family, whatever. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what any single one of them makes right now. I do not log that information. I look specifically at how much they make versus how much they pay every month, and all I remember is their debt to income ratio. What they make a year, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. I literally tell my clients that too. Like, if it's a cold client, I'm like, I will not know your income. I will not know your credit score. That's for you and the lender. Let's just go buy it.
That was actually one of the main reasons why one of my good friends went to his wedding up north, and he's like, I just don't want people knowing my personal information. Yeah. And he didn't even give us a shot.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
What even irked me is that one of his best friends, his fraternity friends, is a lender, a broker that could have gave him a smoking deal.
People don't realize,
and it's like,
I can hook you up way more than some rando.
Yep.
Like, way more.
That's the other thing too. Like, knowing somebody in the business is a huge benefit to the person. You can trust them. That's another thing, is you got to build trust. But like, everything that I've ever done, that I've proven to these people that I talk to and my friends and family, it's like, I'm not going to let you down. And if I fuck up, I'm going to assume that responsibility, and I'm going to take full action. Like, I'll take full responsibility for it.
The other day, I was doing a refinance for my mom's best friend's son. Okay, so it was like,
that's layered.
I don't really know him that much, but it's like, if I mess up, I'm clearly going to be hearing it, And it was a really kind of challenging refinance that took a little while and whatever. We closed maybe a week later than what he wanted to, and whatever. And so I felt really bad, and I was like, I want to make it right. What do I need to do to make it right? And he's like, no, it's no big deal. I ended up cutting him a check for $500 sent to him, and he like called me almost in tears, like, dude, this is so helpful, so nice of you. And I was like, I just want to make sure that I do it right, because I might have made less on this transaction, but I'm hoping that this makes it so you think,
absolutely,
like, I want to tell more people about Sean. And then clearly, like, it's my mom's, it's like, I'm gonna hear it if it didn't go well.
And that's the other thing when I talk about raving fans, when it comes to like working with your friends and family, if you get to that point, like, they should be your biggest advocates, and they should be the people on the sidelines screaming out, yo, go Shane and Rachel. And Rachel, she ain't here right now, but
go Shane.
So like, what else you guys got? Because I think, to kind of sum it up, if you will, like, it's not an easy business. It's very, very hard. Like, you take so much risk when you start any new business or
anything with a high reward is going to be challenging. It's not like, if it was so easy, everyone would do it, and it wouldn't pay out the way it does.
Yeah.
Like, that's the trade-off.
For a new agent, like, my advice would be, don't get lost in busy work. Work on money-making activities.
I got another one too.
Because it's so easy to think, I was at the office all day and I fucked around on the MLS all day. Like, I didn't go find clients, right? Like, I did busy work, and you feel like you worked, but you really didn't do anything to propel your business forward. And it's the biggest thing for new agents, because they don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, how do I go find business? Yep. I think that's kind of the strength of having a good mentor or a team or someone, depending on your goals,
Exactly.
Like, I have big goals, so I need someone to kind of keep pushing me along. But if you want to do 10, then maybe you can get by, you know. But if you want to be, the sole income earner for your household, then, like, you need to really figure shit out and really do money making activities and not the busy work.
Right. Yeah. The one thing that I would suggest to a new agent is, don't get lost in all the sales pitches for any little tool that can be, if you could use, because there's so many people that are saying, hey, use my CRM. Hey, I got so many lead generating opportunities for you. It's going to cost you X, Y, and Z. You will go in debt faster than you can blink, and you will be on the sidelines, and that will be the end of your demise right there. Because
all you need is a phone.
Yeah, all you need is a phone.
Your phone will generate you more business than those.
Your phone and a good title agency, because they can give you numbers that you can just go cold call.
Yes, that too.
But yeah, so with that, like, new agents.
I mean, I think that's like a good wrap. I mean, it's a challenging business, but it's rewarding
for sure. Super rewarding.
Do you guys have any goals for 2020 that's remaining? Like, as far as I don't know if 60 was like 60 was 2019 goal.
60 is 2020. Yeah.
Since when? I
Since
don't
January
make me,
1,
don't,
bruh.
Don't make me go back on Instagram.
Do it.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Yeah, do it. So I just hired 2 ISAs today, actually. So they're going to start full-time dialing for me. Because I'm hitting that fucking 60 number, dude.
That's big.
I'm hitting that 60
That's big.
number.
60 is big.
So
60 is big in lending, and that's like we should be doing 120 if you're doing 60.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
So you that's kind of your goal is 60, huh?
So my goal, yeah.
You don't care about volume. You just want transactions.
So like my mentality is, again, newish, right? Newer. More deals I do, more referrals I get, and then I'll build my price points up from there.
Okay.
Like I just want to saturate as many people as I know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
you want to grab more market share.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any goals?
My big goal for 2020 was just double my production of last year, and I already doubled it. So
Done. Take the rest of the year off.
it's kind of like I'm just pushing through right now, just soaking it in while I can.
Oh, geez. So you just gonna kick it in cruise control,
That's what
let
I'm
it
talking
roll
about.
for the rest of the day, the rest of the year?
No, not cruise control. Like
do need a
I'm still
vacation, though,
gonna
dude.
crush it, but like, I bet I met my goal. I'm still gonna be crushing. It's not that I'm just gonna take the year off, but I'm not really striving towards anything right now. I'm taking the rest of the year to kind of learn how to like make my business more efficient and make it just better.
All right.
Instead of focused on like go get another deal. It's like I got that goal taken care of. Now I'm gonna learn some other things.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Love that.
yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Shane?
Good for you.
2020 has been a messed up year for Rachel and I. We started off really hot. We could have had like
Started out hot.
close to have we probably would be in like the 4.5 million closed at this point in time. Had everything gone the way it would have supposed to go, but that's like that's
the thing.
of business,
That's the
right?
thing,
That's
you
the name
know?
of business. And we had a lot of other like personal things come up that it's hindered us, and I think that we're not solely like production driven right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personal stuff going on in our life
Right.
that we just need to focus on a little bit more than the business, but that's kind of I put a lot of that on Rachel, like the personal stuff, and I'll still take the burden of both personal and trying
So
to
what's
build
the goal? Even if it's not real estate, like what? Like
I mean,
get
6
real
to 8
estate back on
million.
track or what? Oh,
Yeah,
6
no, 6 to 8 million. I think if we can stay on, because we did our first 2 years, we did 4 million each year, and then this is last year we were like 100 grand short of 6 million. So if we can continue to improve, at least hit 6 million, maybe if we can get above 6 million, that'd be great. My goal is to get us to where we're at like a 10 million each year and just consistently do 10 million. So we're on our way. It's just 6 million to 8 million is where we're at. And if we hit that, that's a little shy of that, then it is what it is. It's still a successful year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, there's no agent that should ever shy away from like anything less than, I mean, if you do 2 million a year, you're doing a great job. You do.
It just depends your goals, right?
I was gonna say in your lifestyle, you kind of gotta define your lifestyle, what you want to
If
do.
you're a single dude and 22 years old and you do 2 million a year, I bet you're doing great.
Yeah,
If you
are
got a
fucking
smile on your
happy.
face, that's the Gary Vee way. If you got a smile on your face, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, this podcast I think is actually turned out a lot better than I anticipated. For anybody that's looking,
Wow,
to
low
go over.
expectations for Jeremy, I guess.
No. Like I think it wasn't that at all. It was more like it
Okay,
was
Shane,
just
I'll
like
see it.
it was just more like I didn't have any like
Structure. It was just-
structure
let's
in
just
this.
roll.
It was just going to be like a off the cuff, and maybe I should have had a little bit more structure because people.
All
are
I
gonna be
do is
all
off
over
the
place.
cuff. You know, that's all I do. I'm a professional winger.
Oh,
Yeah.
you professional wiener?
Wing.
Sorry, what was it?
There's a
Wing.
wing.
G in
Is there
there.
a G in there?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, well, this should be a good one for any new agent looking to get into business or start a business for that matter. They can apply a lot of this to that. But
Yeah.
with that, thanks for Jeremy for
Yeah, Jeremy.
No, yeah, you're welcome,
stopping
guys.
by the crib.
Where,
Yeah.
where can people find you?
Oh yeah, the Fuhst
Online.
Daddy.
Just Google Jeremy Fuhst. Find me.
Google.
Yeah,
Does
see,
that
see what
work?
pops up. I
Does
don't know.
that work?
Be surprised.
Probably.
If there's a
Unique
sex
enough.
tape,
If
that
you
we don't
find
know
anything
about.
There's
crazy,
a
please
sex
let me know.
tape.
Yeah, let me know. There could be. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Who knows? You know, I do crazy things for deals. You know?
Right, you know? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Google it.
You're not going to get 60 deals being normal. all right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Sean, obviously,
You just Google me,
Sean
too.
Malku.
Yep.
And I'm almost to that level
You're almost there.
where you can just Google Shane and Rachel. Or
Just that, Shane and Rachel.
Yeah, just Shane and
Google
Rachel.
I would be curious. There's probably not too many combos out there that's Shane and Rachel.
Yeah, okay. Little combo wombo.
Yeah.
A little combo wombo.
SR Realty Group. Just Google it. AZ. SR Realty Group. AZ.
Bang.
Yeah.
Definitely
anyway.
pop up. Yeah.
Well, with that, we're gonna get the hell out of
With
here.
that, see ya.
Going out.
This podcast is brought to you by
Queen.
Jeremy.